I'm beginning my first large project that isn't a game jam. The main purpose of this video is to explain the concept of the game, and test the waters to see if people will be interested in this game I will make. This is Devlog 0 because, well, the game currently is just an unfinished prototype at the moment, and I want to give a detailed backstory to the who am I kidding, it's been 2 months since my last video. I've been procrastinating. I really need to get a video out. So let's get right into it. But first, I need to introduce you to this. It may not seem like it's anything at first glance, but as a child, I would pretend that this was a space drone that would deliver packages around the galaxy. So for my first big project, I think basing it off of something simple that I hold dear is a good idea. You know, this game is not going to be my dream game, but still holds some value to me, so I still want to put effort into it. So how do we turn this toy into a video game? We start off with the concept. The concept of this game is that you play as a read bot and you try to deliver packages which are connected to your arm. Two main inspirations for this game is another delivery game called Totally Reliable Delivery Service and Part-Time UFO. To start off, I began working on the player. This time I actually used Unity's new input manager since I wanted full controller support with rebindings and all the good input stuff. One thing I will have to keep in mind while programming is that everything should be working with Unity's physics engine since I want it all to be able to properly interact with each other. By following this tutorial with some modification, I programmed the player which has a bunch of different values I could tweak. It's time to add the arm, which should be simple in theory. I just rotate it based on the joystick input, right? Well, then it just phases through objects, so that means I need to make it physics-based. Oh boy, this sure won't extend the time to make this significantly. And you want to know the solution after all that thinking and coding? I just make an invisible arm and just attach the actual arm to it with a spring joint, you know? It took me so long. I was doing a whole coding thing as well to make like the rotation, but sometimes the best solution is the easiest one. And you know, thinking about it now, maybe I shouldn't have started a game where the main mechanics are based on the two things I have actively avoided using in Unity, rotation and physics. But hey, I like the concept, so it better be worth the pain. Then I messed around with adding a package. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. Which brings up a point. Originally, I planned to make it so that the package is permanently connected to your arm. However, after messing around for a bit, I also liked it when it was free-floating, separate from the arm. I was thinking of asking people which I should do because both have their pros and cons. However, I realized I could just get both pros if I just make it so it can attach and detach from your arms. It gets the pros from both and just negates the cons from the other as well, so I'll make sure to implement that in the next devlog. And then finally, I just made some art for the player, the arm, and the package, which for once in my life I decided to make pixel art that is in 16 by 16 and instead 48 by 48, which reminds me of the Nintendo DS era, which I really like. And that's all the work I have for now. If you're interested in the game, please let me know in the comments below, and if you're not interested, tell me why as well. I plan to hopefully turn this into a commercial Steam release. Depending on the scope, it would be $5 to $15. And until the next devlog, I'll see you later.